Brian Craig, and this is where MAGA comes to talk. Oh, man. So President Trump took another weekend and just totally obliterated the fake news media and has got an entire new narrative going on promoting his agenda. And the left are too slow, consumed with Trump derangement syndrome, their hate and arrogance to even understand what he's talking about. Now, when I go live today at 6, I'm going to talk about the Trump Alcatraz plan, because I read so many news stories about it today. Because when I heard him say reopen Alcatraz, I knew exactly what he was talking about. I read a bunch of articles about it this morning, and no one picked up on what Trump is doing. I'm going to tell you on my next stream at 6. I'm not going to get into it now, but I'm going to open up the morning show with his plan on that, because it's so obvious. As soon as I tell you, everybody will say, oh, yeah, that makes perfect sense. But another thing I'm going to cover is this Kristen Welker Meet the Press interview, where he just humiliated her like he did with that ABC News guy last week. I guess Trump likes to spend his weekends humiliating fake news reporters. And there's an endless supply of those. PDJ, welcome. I'm glad you tuned in too. Yeah. I mean, you know, did any of you see the Kristen Welker Meet the Press interview with the president at Mar-a-Lago? It was a great interview, and I'm going to play some clips from it today when I go on in the morning, but there's so many things he said there. It was interesting when he was talking about possible successors. He said Marco Rubio's name first, then J.D. Vance. And I was talking the other day that every time Trump has to lean on somebody to take on extra duties in the cabinet, it seems to be Marco Rubio. Is Marco Rubio Trump's chosen successor, you think? Or is he playing a game of the political apprentice and he's just up right now? Marco Rubio. He gave him the, he had to take on the USAID thing temporarily when Elon and Doge exposed that. And now he's got him as the acting national security advisor and secretary of state. So it seems to me that Marco Rubio is at the top of Trump's list. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. On my next stream, I'll be taking calls live. You guys can call me on the next stream on the phone, and we'll talk about all these things. It does seem to me that Marco's at the top. Oh, yeah, the Pope thing. You know, I'm Catholic, like J.D. Vance, like Marco Rubio. It's so bizarre to me, okay? The media are just having these freakouts over this Trump Pope meme. Meanwhile, you have all these top Democrats who are Catholic, right? Biden, John Kerry, Pelosi, the list goes on. They all support abortion, which no matter how liberal a pope may be, they're always against abortion and pro-life. And they defy the Pope. They defy the church, the Bidens, the Pelosis, the Kerrys, and they take Holy Communion in Mass, which you are forbidden to do. If you are advocating and helping take part in abortions, which they're doing through their promotion and legislation that they're involved in, they are not allowed to take Holy Communion, and they do anyway. And I never hear anyone in the media take issue with all of these Catholics that are disrespecting the church by falsely taking communion. But this meme is a big deal. The press don't even hear themselves. And the other thing they're giving him a hard time about is the red lightsaber for the May the 4th be with you day with Trump. Last week, they were talking about the color of his suit. This week, they're talking about the color of the lightsaber. Come on. That's what Trump derangement syndrome does to you. It clouds their thinking. Australia, welcome. Yeah, I mean, what's more offensive? The Pope meme of Trump or these fake Democrats like Biden, Pelosi, John Kerry, and a whole bunch of others taking communion while they're out there promoting, supporting, and funding abortions? Come on. Alabama, welcome. Bangkok, Thailand, welcome to you. See, Trump can do no right to these people, right? I mean, when they start giving him a hard time for the color of his suit and the color of his lightsaber in the memes, they got problems. I'm going to talk about Alcatraz when I open up the next stream. No, I just have a little phlegm in my throat. That's all. No cough, just a phlegm in my throat. Yes, they are hypocrites. Really? Well, tell that to the prince, tell that to Biden. A lot of people wearing blue suits there. Not just Trump. That's correct. South Africa, welcome. We always want to thank South Africa for giving us Elon Musk. He's doing such great work. I bet, is South Africa proud of Elon Musk? I bet they are. Elon Musk is the most famous South African. Do you guys know who the second most famous South African alive today is? I'll tell you, Charlize Theron. Who's the next president after Trump? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, all right? This is where MAGA comes to talk. I said alive. Mandela's not alive. Alive. The left are evil. There's no getting around that. I thought Trump's interview with Kristen Welker was fantastic. He did a great job. And my favorite question, I played one or two clips on my podcast last night, which you guys should check out. But she said, can the MAGA movement survive without you? And that's their fantasy. When Trump finally retires, which he'll never really fully retire, but they're hoping the MAGA movement, they're telling themselves the MAGA movement will fade away. The MAGA movement is the new Republican Party. It's not going anywhere. Yeah, he is making America great again. He's putting America back in its proper place in the world as the leader of it. Yeah, mental asylums, yeah. They'd have to build a lot of them for all these lunatics on the left. No doubt about that. No getting around that. But, yeah, so that was, can the MAGA movement survive without you? Of course. The MAGA movement's here forever. $80-20 MAGA versus Dems. Yeah. Maybe we've got more than 80%, Mike. They are lunatics on the left for sure. Complete lunatics on the left. I mean, look at the positions the left are taking. They're always wrong, but now they're taking just bizarre positions. Roosevelt had 4, but he died in his 4th. Yeah, they can amend the Constitution and let him run. America first. That's right, Cassandra. That's true. MAGA people don't worship Trump. We just respect him and support him. Not sure how you feel about living under an authoritarian. Well, we don't have an authoritarian. President Trump just won a national election. He's not an authoritarian. Favorite fast food restaurant would be Arby's. I don't eat there very often, though. Name one mistake Trump has made. I can't think of one. Everything he does is perfect. Everything he does is perfect. Even when you might think he's done something wrong, he always turns out to be right in the end, doesn't he? Always. Not trolling. I don't troll. That entire Jersey Shore casino business went bankrupt, not just his. No, we're very blessed to be living through Trump's second term. I mean, this is just such a great time to be an American. Best president ever, Stu. I agree. Yes, 5D chess. Oh, my goodness. He's very serious about Alcatraz. I'm going to open up my next stream at 6 a.m. Eastern talking about the Alcatraz story. Aliens don't exist, I don't believe. Do you guys believe space aliens exist and are visiting the Earth? I don't think so. I don't think so. Tucker Carlson does? Well, you know, whatever. If aliens were coming to the Earth regularly and visiting, they would be so far advanced of us, we would be like ants. It wouldn't be a secret. And with all of the great cameras and everything we have in our pockets on our phones, like I'm live streaming on now, you're telling me they only have these grainy pictures you can't see still? Come on. I don't think so. I don't believe that aliens are visiting the Earth, no. I know a lot of people do. It's not really worthy of debate. I mean, there's bigger fish to fry, right? Things that are more important than real. He's a populist candidate, and he was elected to do a lot of things and use the authority of the president, and not about it. You know, the Democrats, they call him an authoritarian because they're just out of power. And because they're out of power, they feel like they're living in this authoritarian place, but they're not. The American people, the electorate elected him. What about Trump is fascist-like? You say he's a fascist. What has he done that is fascist-like? Anyone who says they used to like Trump until, that's fake MAGA. I love Trump, the Blue Baron. Are you kidding? I love Trump. If you love Trump, press 1. Not just like and support, love. Do you love Trump? Press 1 if you love Trump. Yeah, one thing he's done that's fascist-like. Yeah, here we go. Here comes the Trump love. Absolutely. No, there's no other options, just one. He really called out Canada in that Kristen Welker Meet the Press interview, too. He says Canada, they spend less on defense than most any other country. They spend the least amount on NATO because they expect that we'll defend them. Well, those days are over. The days of Canada milking off the United States are over. Yep, Space Wars. Oh, Trump's doing a perfect job. And I love the second term. Isn't the second term better than the first? It's so much more fun. Did you see that the Kennedys gave Pence the Profiles in Courage Award? Oh, my goodness. Oh, I know about American history. Don't you worry. I know our history. No one wants the Constitution torn up. Liberals have been wanting to tear it up and burn it up for years because they say it's out of date. Now all of a sudden they're the constitutionalist. Everything liberals say is just a lie. Just a lie. It's not just a trade deficit. They don't pay their NATO dues. We're paying for their defense, and they're ripping us off. And my members only jacket. And I've got my Gulf of America shirt on today. Hookers, it's probably very difficult for prostitutes with all this OnlyFans garbage going on. There are no Nazis here. Yeah, Pence, what a jerk. Prices have not gone up because of any tariffs in this country. I would like President Trump to shut down OnlyFans. I mean, it's a sex slave factory is what it is. I mean, how many of the women and girls on OnlyFans are involved in sex slavery with a boyfriend, a husband, a pimp? They're not, prices are not up because of tariffs. Yeah, I would say Pence is it's really kind of a pathetic guy. Pence really is. Trolls, go back to your video games. Yeah, exactly. AI's replacing OnlyFans? Oh, my goodness. I've heard about guys having AI girlfriends. I don't quite get how that works, but, you know, whatever. Is my jacket imported? Probably. You know, the Democrats moved all of American manufacturing overseas. So most of everything we have is made outside of the United States. Trump's trying to reverse that, get the manufacturing back here. You know, if your business is in the United States, no tariffs. Started in the 70s, big time, yep. It's gotten worse. He's pissing off our allies. Are our allies that you're referencing really our allies? The true allies that we have right now that I see are El Salvador and Italy. That's about it. These other countries are just screwing us over. Marathon in the Florida Keys. I have not been to the Keys in so long. No, no tariffs on Antarctica. Antarctica belongs to no one. It's like an international free zone. We made the world rich at the expense of the American middle class. That is so true. Yeah, it's a very happy MAGA Monday. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. You know, I'm going to talk on the program later today about the new My Pillow energy drink, which you guys got to get. That My Pillow energy drink's amazing. I was drinking it over the weekend, Saturday afternoon and yesterday afternoon. Oh my goodness, there's no sugar, no caffeine. It just gives you energy. It just, the energy miraculously appears. It's amazing. No jitters, no crash, and it's 30% off with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, at mypillow.com. So if you want to support my channel, go to mypillow.com. Buy that energy drink. You can use my promo code Kane on all the specials at mypillow.com, Kane. Why would you send Trump to jail? Is making America great again some type of crime in your mind? Mm-hmm. Yes. Happy MAGA Monday. No, this car was probably made in Korea. It's a Kia car. Yeah, this car was made in Korea. Before you stop AIPAC, shouldn't you stop Iran and Hamas? I mean, which is more dangerous? Iran, Hamas, or AIPAC? Now, I don't watch too much Fox. I'm not hiding. I'm waiting. I wanted to live stream, didn't want to wake my wife up. And I'm waiting for Starbucks to open. Yeah, Iran. Hamas is Iran, so, you know. Yeah, liberal stupidity can be dangerous. I just explained why I'm in my car. Rewind a couple minutes. Oh yeah, I thought that Meet the Press interview was spectacular. I mean, that Kristen Welker, she was out of her league with Trump. Out of her league. Make sure you guys subscribe that are new to my channel. This is the most MAGA place you'll find anywhere. Anywhere. Joking about what, Lynette? We're all very, very serious here. Yep. Opinion of what is AUS Australia? I don't know. Not really too many strong opinions on Australia. Like it, I guess. Australians seem all right. A lot of MAGA in Australia. Or was that AUS for Austria? I'm not sure. Oh, yeah. Kristen Welker went to Mar-a-Lago and he filleted her. Australian. A lot of Australian MAGA. Since I've been live streaming on YouTube in the Trump first term, in the first campaign, it amazes me how many MAGA people are in Australia. I have a huge viewership here on YouTube in Australia. I could literally my next MAGA cruise out of Australia. There's so many Australians that watch me on YouTube. It's amazing. Black leather work boots. Wow. Trump outsmarts everyone. Look at what they put him through, and he's president again. Think about that. Everything they put him through, and he's president again. Got to be pretty smart to accomplish that. He beat them all. He beat the entire Washington establishment, the media, the deep state, the lawfare people. He beat them all. It's amazing. I would say Australia is an ally. Yeah, I'll add them. They're far away, but yeah, I would add Australia. So we've got El Salvador, Italy, Australia. He's kept every promise he's made. In fact, he has to make new promises all the time because he accomplishes the earlier promises. I'm gonna talk about Alcatraz on the next stream. That's right, JP. Making America great again. Putting America back in our proper place. Oh, yeah. England has fallen, David. No doubt. Prices are going down. Oh, we're at 0% inflation. We're about to get the biggest tax cut in history. He's not accomplished anything. He shut down the border. Illegal border crossings. The border crossings are at their lowest level. The illegal border crossings are at their lowest level in the history of record taking. And that, Kristen Welker, the liberal Trump hater on Meet the Press, said that over the weekend. Think about that. Boom. Without any legislation. Illegal border crossings are down 99.99%. And the only reason they're not down 100% is because he let, was it 9? Was it 6 or 9? I keep forgetting. Illegals in who needed medical treatment. 99.99% down. Illegal border crossings. That's a pretty major accomplishment. We don't have tourism in the U.S.? Are you kidding? I'm in Florida. We got tourists everywhere. That's right, Lee. Lee is right on the money. And then the Democrats screwed us all over. Now, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, guys. My name's Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. I host a morning show on a whole bunch of radio stations. And I'll be live in about an hour, a little less than an hour. And I take live calls. So you can call me live on the next stream. The call-in number will be pinned in the live chat on the next stream. When and how has Trump violated the Constitution? All these people with their liberal fantasies. Yes, Trump is the great MAGA king. That's right. All the Democrats, the liberals, the never-Trumpers are definitely grieving their loss still. I'm going to be at my home studio, JP, today. I find the show is much better when I'm from my home studio. Welcome, everyone. Yes, this is where MAGA comes to talk. And President Trump's doing such a great job. You know, when he did the Meet the Press interview yesterday, he talked about his successor. He talked about the economy. You know, Kristen Welker, she said stroller prices are up. She's talking about Chinese imported strollers when so many other things are going down in price. You know, the Democrats, the left, the media, they're always going to try to find one negative thing. The MS-13 tattoo is not photoshopped. It says MS-13 in code, and people wrote above it, decoding it, MS-13. It's not photoshopped. Just another vacuous, meaningless, nonsense, never Trumper, Trump-hating, liberal Democrat, fake news media talking point that means nothing, and it's not true. I paid $2.60 the other day for gas. Avocados. I got an avocado tree. I can get avocados for free right out of my backyard. $2.69 a gallon in May. Trump's not going against the Constitution. If he goes against the Constitution, what's with the hypotheticals? Why don't you talk about something he's really done, as opposed to making things up? The stock market closed up on Friday, 564 points. Now, there might be some profit taking today, and it goes down a little bit, but it was up 564 points on Friday. S&P had a historic high, too. By crashed, if you mean up 564 points on Friday. Go look it up. I didn't make that up. That's pretty amazing. The media don't want to tell you that, but it did. That's what the stock market does. That's why I'm not invested. I have no money in the stock market. Well, I have the Trump stocks, but I don't count that. That's just me wanting to own a piece of Trump. I don't have a 401k. I don't buy stocks. I don't like all the crap. Gold, silver, and real estate. That's the secure, and annuities. That's the secure way to invest. He won't answer to why Trump is deporting without due process, because he's not deporting without due process. That's another vacuous, false, liberal talking point. Bruce, you're asking liberals to say something smart. They can't. Yeah, today's the first, I guess it started Friday. This weekend, I didn't see one troll ask how the 401ks are doing because the stock market closed up on Friday. They're doing well, thank you. Yeah, the reason that Trump had a red lightsaber and that "May the 4th be with you" meme is because Republican red. That's why. Can't have blue. If he would have had a blue lightsaber, they'd have said, "Oh, he's secretly a Democrat." I do not have talking points. I have truth. That's what I've got. get my seatbelt on so we can take the drive to Starbucks. All right. Dark MAGA mode engaged. Elon Musk launched another rocket from Florida yesterday. Unfortunately, it was too cloudy to watch the launch yesterday morning, but man, oh man. And, you know, yesterday when Trump left on Air Force One, fighter jets flew over my house going back to the Air Force base. It's pretty cool. Here we have the richest man in the world, Elon Musk, on our side. And they hate him. Elon's amazing. The SpaceX launch of Elon Musk yesterday from Florida were more Starlink satellites. You know, there's been this star due east for the last week or so, and at first I thought it was a plane, but I'm wondering if it's is it Mars or something? Because it's steady in the same spot every morning at this time. It's not moving, and it's there every morning. Been there about a week, maybe longer. In fact, it's so bright, when I first saw it, I thought it was a SpaceX launch, but it's not. Just when I pulled out of my development, one of my neighbors was walking his dogs. I miss my dogs that died of old age, but I don't miss having a dog at the same time, you know what I mean? I can't show it to you because I don't want to show the street signs. Let me see when I get to Starbucks if I can get a view of it. But now that I'm where there's light, it's not as bright. But I'm starting to think it's a planet. I don't know. Maybe I get the Stargazer app. It'll let me know. I thought it was a rocket, then I thought it was a plane, but now I think it is I think it's Mars. It's gotta be. Does anyone know? It's in the same spot every morning around this time, due east in the Florida sky. When I park at Starbucks, if I got a view there, I'll show it to you. But I'm not sure because it's pretty bright there, and it might wash it out. Yeah, it's already going behind clouds. Clouds are coming by. A lot of people on the road at this hour of the morning. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe. I'll see if I can show it to you, but the cloud cover is starting to cover. It's not as bright now. It's been raining, you know, it's rainy season here in Florida. Because we are in the tropics, the subtropics. At least in my part of Florida is the subtropics. Every morning when I come here to get coffee, there's a group of people that are morning runners, and they meet here like at 5 in the morning and go running. Forget that. Oh my goodness, gas, $2.59. $2.59 a gallon. Okay, now it's very bright, so you may not be able to see it that well, okay? But right there, is that Mars? It's Venus. Somebody says it's Venus. The reason I say Mars is because it looks red. So that's Venus. Wow. It's so red in color. With my naked eye, it's like, looks red. Yeah, this is my iPhone. Yeah. Well, Venus, huh? Well, Venus is closer than Mars. Venus. Well, thank you. We see we have smart people here. No, it's extra bright. It's been extra bright lately. Because of all the lights here, it doesn't look as bright. But at my house, in my front yard, it's like really bright and big. Yeah, I got a few minutes till Starbucks opens. Well, I didn't know what planet it was. I knew it was a planet. I assume Mars because it looks red. I don't know that, a manned mission to Mars, I think, is further off than Elon said. I mean, when they went to the moon, they, although Candace Owens doesn't think we went to the moon. Did you guys know that? Candace Owens thinks the moon landings were fake. There was so much, so many flights testing that in Earth orbit, then many flights to the moon, testing different things before they landed. Mars is so far away. Would they do that same level of testing and practice? I don't know. Yeah, last week, Candace Owens was talking about the moon landing being fake. I don't think so. Tell me yes or no. Did we go to the moon? Yes or no? What do you guys think? Yes or no? Did we go to the moon? I say yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yep. Yeah, most people think so, yeah. Of course. And there's all this talk about the radiation belt. They're not in the radiation belt very long, but a lot of astronauts die from cancer. And it very well could be from that radiation. Yeah, the Van Allen radiation belt. A lot of astronauts die of cancer. The Apollo astronauts. And I would imagine it's the radiation belt could be a cause of it. One weekend, I'm going to go to Kennedy Space Center and make a vlog. Kennedy Space Center is just absolutely amazing. I'll see what my schedule... My daughter is coming to town this week, and I'd like to take her. So I don't know if she'll be up for that drive, but I think I'm going to go up to Kennedy Space Center soon, and I'll make a YouTube video of the entire thing. It is absolutely amazing. It will blow your freaking mind. Kennedy Space Center. There's nothing on the moon, but rock. Welcome. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Yeah, and with Elon on our side, going to NASA has a whole new experience. Maybe I'll wear my Elon Musk dark MAGA shirt when I go to NASA with my dark MAGA Make America Great Again hat. I definitely need my coffee. Definitely need my coffee. Got a great show planned today. I'm going to open on the show today talking about Trump's Alcatraz thing, because Trump, every time he says something, it's with purpose. And the Alcatraz plan is real. And I'm going to talk about what I believe Trump's plan is, involving the reopening of Alcatraz for the illegals, when I go live at 6. Well, Gitmo is not in the United States. I mean, it's in Cuba. Oh, it'll be Venus will be bright until fall. Okay. It just looks so red with the naked eye. Just assumed it was Mars. Oh yeah. Trump never says things just to say things. He's always, when Trump says something like reopening Alcatraz, he's always setting things in motion. He knows exactly what he's doing. Knows exactly what it is that he's doing. He's very smart, Trump. Very smart. And he knows how to manipulate the media. And because the media hate him so much, they fall for it every single time. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe. On my next stream, which will be in about 30 minutes or so, I'll be taking live calls. And when I start that stream, the toll-free call-in number will be in the live chat, so you can call me on the air. All right, guys, I'm going to take off, but I'll see you on the next stream. Thanks for watching.